country with a 10.23% eviction rate per year. Evictions can lead to a lot of other problems related to job dislocation, broken families, and school disruption that ultimately ripple through communities. What are your thoughts on this? Is there a better way to handle this issue in Newport News? Mr. Green?
So I think the evictions are a symptom of other challenges around the economy and job creation, and making sure that citizens, no matter where you live throughout the city, are all given the same opportunities. Whether you live in the north, south, or central, you deserve a shot at having a great life in the city. And so myself, I was born and raised in Harbor Homes, and then I lived in Ridley Circle as well. We had some tough times. You know, today we have a population which I speak a lot about called the hotel homelessness. These are folks who are somewhere between a hotel and being homeless. And it's a very real problem. If you've ever gone up Jefferson Avenue and you see some of the hotels where you have folks that they really don't have a home, and I've actually seen the tail end of that study, where there are families literally in between a hotel and homelessness, and the conditions of that hotel are atrocious. And it's because the same standard that's applied to the hotel is not applied to apartment living and single family homes and so forth. So it's a challenge, but it's also a symptom. We need to look at opportunities to bring new jobs, whether you're skilled or unskilled, to our city so that you can raise yourself up out of that situation. Evictions are just a symptom of not the strongest economic policy, not keeping your eye on the ball and looking 5-10 years down the road at a population that may be aging or a population that may be unskilled, and saying, what can we do to bring jobs into the economy so that those folks who may not have a master's degree in XYZ or a bachelor's degree can still sustain some standard of living that will not cause them to get evicted? What kind of training can we give them so that they can continue to be productive and seek out the right type of housing? I have a godmother. She's in her 80s now. She's had to go from a lot of different homes because of affordability issues. Housing affordability is a challenge, especially for our senior citizens. And I don't see where we have an initiative to address it. We have to do better in that area.
Thank you, Mr. Green. Mr. Creekmore.
Yeah, part of my policy is that we have to have affordable, available, quality housing in our city. That's going to be key to making our city better and more attractive. And when we have a high eviction rate in our region, it's not just Newport News, it was across the region. We have a problem, we have a real problem here. And, you know, when we look at that, you know, we have to find out why is that. And I don't think that's something that we can solve alone in our city. We can start a dialogue of finding out why our landlords are so trigger happy, for lack of a better term, to evict our fellow citizens and put them in the street. And then we have the 30-day rule where if you go into a hotel, you can't stay there more than 30 days. So that's going to contribute to homelessness, and homelessness contributes to all kinds of other problems where we have more that we're paying into human services, or maybe people can't get it now because they don't have a residence. We have to look very carefully at this problem. I think it's something that we have to team with other cities to tackle and come up with a regional policy, and maybe work with the state to make sure that we address this, not just in Newport News, but across our region, because homelessness and evictions contribute to homelessness, and that will bring our economy down and make people just not want to live here.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Creekmore. Councilman Harris.
Yes, I'm going to try to tackle it from a different angle, because we all know that what stems from eviction comes from unemployment is a major part of it, or underemployment is a major part of it. I would love for us to be able to sit down with our EDA and be able to incentivize more for our smaller businesses in the area. Small businesses are the lifeline, they're the bloodline of any city. Yes, we have some larger companies, we have Huntington Ingalls, we have Ferguson, we have Liebherr, but it's our small businesses that can help eradicate some of the issues that we face with people that are being evicted because due to unemployment or underemployment. What can we do to incentivize those small businesses is something that I would like to continue partnering with our EDA on as we move forward in the future. And not only that, but we also have something that I'm excited about is we're opening up a homeless day center coming up in the next few months, which will be a hub that houses resources for residents that are not employed, in which we can provide workforce development skills, other resources, whether it's mental health, whether it's substance abuse problems. It'll all be hubbed in this homeless day center which we've been working on for the past year or so, that will be opening its doors before the end of the year. This is something that I feel that can help, but to get to the point of eviction, we have to make sure we're doing all that we can to increase those workforce development skills for people to have that won't be underemployed or unemployed in our community.
Thank you. Councilman Harris. Mayor Price?
Yes, we do everything we can to make sure that people are not evicted. Even though they're evicted, we make sure that we do with wraparound services to reach those people so that they are not truly evicted. 42% of our population in this city rent, and people were mentioning the 30 days that we put on the hotels. Well, that was something that was joined with the police department to make sure that these hotels aren't havens for crime. And so you have to make sure that when the 30 days up, we do everything we can to move them to another facility to make sure that it doesn't become a crime culture in these hotels. I think that financial counseling is going to be one of the best things that we do. We were doing that at Bayport when we had in Jim's Market, we had a bank there or a credit union. And I feel very confident very soon we will talk about, we will be announcing that someone will replace Bayport, and replace that grocery store. And in that, we will bring Bayport back in because they want to come in, and they were doing some great things. It's a lot of people who are living check to check, as a lot of us are. It's critical that they have the financial skills to be able to manage the money properly. And I think financial counseling is going to be critical to help and decrease those rates.
Okay, thank you for that. You have 30 seconds.
All right, I'll make it quick. I just want to say one of the initiatives that is very near and dear to my heart is providing ubiquitous Wi-Fi throughout the whole city. And I believe, and I know, that a lot of opportunity is unlocked when we create a city that runs and is powered by free, ubiquitous Wi-Fi. Here's why. You can put your city services on Wi-Fi. You can extend those services to folks that are in poor situations, that don't have the money to be able to afford Wi-Fi. You can extend it to senior citizens. The more that we're able to communicate and provide opportunities through Wi-Fi, the better we're going to be. So that's one of my initiatives. Thank you.
Okay, we've come to the end.